I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip the switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You bet.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome into Pregaming on the Sports Money Network. I'm your boy, Mikey Money. I'm here to talk to you guys about trends and angles, sides and totals, cash flow splits, sharp betting, all of it tonight as it relates to, well, we just have the NHL and Major League Baseball cards. So I'm going to try to move pretty quickly. It is pouring rain, pouring literally in buckets, and it is affecting my internet, which is just amazing in today's day and age. But they can put Starlink on, South African air, but I can't get a stable connection during a rainstorm here at my domicile. But listen, I'm excited for the card tonight, as always here. You know what I'll say? It kind of just speaks to the stick-to-itiveness as it relates to sports betting, because, I was pretty tired of the NBA and I didn't really want to get into the NHL with it being the end of the season. But guess what, man? We fired last night. We had damn near perfect cards across the space. In fact, we got our Yurfie that cashed in that first inning for that Phillies game. The Nationals game cost us the first 5, the full game, and then the sprinkle on the Jake Irvin to record the win was just not the right call. But look, the Dallas Stars beat the Buffalo Sabres. The Rangers beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. Vegas gets the puck line against the Seattle Kraken. So that was a 3-0 spot out there. 2 basketball games, 2-0. We broke down that Sixers and Orlando game, took the under in that spot. And Golden State Warriors win the game outright with the +6 against the Clippers. So baseball left us a little to be desired. Did not get the White Sox. 8-3 loss. Now, I'm on the under in this White Sox game today, and looks like they're trying their best to fuck me. But hey, and then the under 8 in the Mets and Dodgers game did not come through. But boy, why not? Let's go after it. I figured we'd just go, since it's the last day of the NHL, you guys, I figured we'd go down the rip. I've got some official plays in the NHL, and I thought we'd just talk about them all. I mean, there's 6 of them, 5 of them, 5 games, 6 games left in the NHL slate. Then I figured we'd talk about the 3 Major League Baseball games that are out there as well. So, I think that's the way we're going to get after it tonight, you guys. Tampa Bay, look at the White Sox. They walk a run in to take a 4-3 lead. Now stop scoring. Please stop scoring. Please, no more. Right now, 7 runs. I got the under 8.5. Also, oh man, look, the internet just completely stymieing me. Also, The game, the battle, the head-to-header. My guy Shark and I, Texas and Athletics. Well, the Athletics came through for the first 5, but that game is tied as well. So I did share a live bet on Winnable. It's still available, although the odds are now plus 109 here. The under 8.5. What are the Rangers threatening? Do they have somebody on? All right, I'm distracted. And I got struggling internet connection today, so we better move quickly. As always, we got a bunch of things to get through. Never enough time to do it, so let's pop this thing off. If you guys are watching live, awesome. Thank you for being here. If you're catching out the replay, appreciate you checking that out as well. 2 things are important here. One is a comment. Leave a comment post-show. Tell me the plays that you're going to tail or fade. But the other thing, probably the most important thing, smashing the thumbs up button. So if you haven't done so already, give it a click, and then we will give it a stick and try to see if we can't get these bookies to pay us big time tonight. Okay. Refresh. Gingerly refresh here because you'd never know. Come on, boys. Just finish it up. No, I thought Tampa Bay scored, but don't go to extras. You know what I mean? How about this? I live bet the Kansas City Royals when they were down, I think it was like 6-4. And lo and behold, 8-6, the Royals go up, and now it's the top of the 7th, and they're in a rain delay. Maybe they're sharing their weather with me today. I don't know. There's that 4th run. 4th run for Tampa Bay. All right, you guys, shout out Blake M in the house. Rocky's money line for Blake M. Drop your plays in the chat. You guys know the deal. Want to shout you guys out. Phil the Kill. Phil the Kill. I was thinking about what you said out there, and I did sprinkle some flyers to win the Stanley Cup. Says, I got ill watching the Mariners cough up a 6-run lead, and 5 of those in the bottom of the 9th. But the Rangers came through nicely. Sure did. Michael B's in the house. What up? This is a rare chance to catch the show live today. Well, I appreciate that, Michael B. Getting ready for some UFC, my dude. Was looking at it again today. Getting excited. She squeals, says, let's fucking get it. Well, let's do that, you guys. No need to dilly-dally. Let's get these bookmen cut up. How about that? In a nice way. In a professional way. All right, the under 8.5. Come on, boys. Just come on. Come on, motherfuckers. Come on. You know that one? All right, we're going to kick it off with the St. Louis Blues and the Utah Mammoth. St. Louis Blues will trot out Joel Hofer. The Utah Mammoth will trot out Carl Vejmelka. I like the St. Louis Blues spot. Nothing to really belabor here in this game. I just think that the of these two squads, look, yeah, we've seen Utah slither and slather. They are at home where they are 22-15, but kind of got this inkling here tonight when it comes to the St. Louis Blues. Some trends will show you that the favorites the last 2 games of the season are 125 and 66, but I think we got to kind of buck that trend a little bit, especially with some of the later games, because there are a couple things that will impact, I think, the outcome of these games. Come on, Rangers Athletics. 21-year trend. I did say it went 7-2 last season. So this is the first game this season, but was a nice look. It sounded good. It looked good on paper. Tremendous, but let's see what happens. Look, at bottom line, end of the season, if they're a favorite and they have a lesser win percentage, they are favored for a reason. It is a 129-76 operation, and you're getting the Blues at a reasonable price tag. So I say St. Louis. I say go Blues. I say we move on. Let's talk Anaheim Ducks in Nashville. I'd like the Nashville Predators in this game. Dostal and Saros be the goaltending matchup. Pretty comparable, I think. I don't see much one way or the other in these spots. But I'll tell you this. Yes, the Utah Mammoth playing for a playoff spot. Yes, the Nashville Predators playing for a play. Well, they're these, what are you going to do? Right. West Conference here, Western Conference, Utah in, but can't really do anything. So why not take a St. Louis Blues team that wants to end their season on a high, second leg of back-to-back at elevation? Then we look at this game here, and this one's kind of in that bottom of the barrel, what are these guys playing for? Well, the Anaheim Ducks clinched a playoff spot. The Anaheim Ducks can advance. So this does put a layer of complication in the equation. But I think what happens here with the Nashville Predators, overall on the season, certainly a better home team than a road team. And I do think, I think the Ducks have a philosophy of let the chips fall where they may. Come on, stop scoring. Stop fucking scoring. I'm sick and tired of losing these games in the ninth inning. Michael B's got Kelly money line plus 115 on the PFL. Another dog whose name I cannot pronounce, but it's plus 145. You don't have to say it to play it, my dude. Shout out to Nine Legacy. The paid in full parlay of the day is on the Mammoth. The Jets, the Astros, the Padres, all spread bets, and he likes the White Sox money line with the Athletics money line still in play. Phil the Kill says, that's funny, Mikey. I was talking to a Penguins fan today, and he's not as confident as you might think. You know what I was thinking about was just the Pope factor where they gave the Pope the jersey. And I was like, you know what, dude, it's a good price tag. You're catching 60 to 1s. I mean, it's not a joke. And it's my team and we're here. So let's fire it up. Nine Legacy got the Giants and the Brewers already. So not too bad. He likes the Oilers minus 2.5. He's going to go extendo spot there. Sharks and Jets. Fuck. The Rangers just pumped in a 2-pack. Fuck. Jung. Fuck. All right. Now I just need these boys to win. Just get the win, boys. Just go out there and fire. All right. Well, I want to watch these games, so let's get to it. Let's get cracking here. Rest advantage, home field, home team. Fade the Sharks as a dog against the Western Conference. 280. 280 in the past 6 years of this fading Sharks era. Now, I know it's not the same Sharks era, but they are eliminated. It's a young team. Probably one more year, they'll get back. They'll get in the playoffs next year, and probably 2 or 3 more years if they can draft well, that they'll be able to fill out some lines behind Celebrini. But all right, well, at least give me this fucking Rays White Sox under. Come on. All right. Anyhow, I like the spot. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to fade the tired conference opponent. I'm going to take the rested squad. I'm going to take the home team. I like this Winnipeg Jets price tag. I mean, it's not great. Nothing. It's not minus 200. So we're kind of sitting in there from that side of it here. But just think you're in a situation with last game of the season. What are we going with here? We're going with the fact that they're trying to close it out at home. They're probably sitting there literally in the locker room. I can hear them now. Like, let's get this one for the home fans, boys. It has slightly moved in their direction, the Winnipeg Jets. And like I said, you're San Jose. Here's the thing. How much ice time do you give Celebrini? Like, what would be devastating is he tears his ACL in the 82nd game of the season when you're already eliminated. That's the kind of shit that gets general managers to lose their job. San Jose is on the second half of the back-to-back. So it does kind of feel sleepy. We know Winnipeg Jets like to go unders. I think the under's a good play in this game as well. 6.5. In fact, I'm going to go official. I'm going to take that under 6.5 with the old Winnipeg Jets. And we'll keep it moving. See if I put everything on Google Docs, and then when the internet starts getting crummy, it becomes a difficult situation. San Jose will start Nedeljkovic. Eric Comrie getting the start for the Winnipeg Jets, and he's been playing all right. We talked about how they shut down Hellebuck. That's kind of the same thing, I think, with a guy like Celebrini. 82nd game, longest he's played in his career in terms of a regular season. You don't want to go out there and gas this guy, right? You can't let him go out there and get exposed. So Kings and Flames is a tricky little spot tonight because this is the favorite. The last 2 games of the season do tend to cash. But I'm not going there tonight. I'm going to take a shot with some plus money on the Calgary Flames. The thing about the Flames, and you'll say, well, how can you talk about it? Their season's over. What are they playing? The season's been over for the Flames for some time right now. They've shown that they can win against Los Angeles. More importantly to me, Los Angeles shows that they struggle to win in regulation. So with them having playoffs at hand, being one of the worst teams in hockey history at a regulation pace to make it to the playoffs, that's not instilling confidence. High probability we see overtime in this game, and it's coin flippy. If we're going to get to overtime, I want a plus 150 in my back pocket. So I will take the Calgary Flames. I like the under in this game. I can't shy anybody off of that, again, being a lower scoring. You know, those 2 teams played. It was 2-0 LA, 3-2 Calgary. I think there's more of that blueprint. I like overtime as a lean in this game, but I think the best money you can take is to jump in on some Calgary Flames dog action. And, just root for them boys to try to finish the season strong. Much like I said, I think the Predators are sitting there saying, let's give it one good home push for the final game of the season. I think the Flames are thinking the same. The Canucks and the Oilers, I'm going to lay the puck line with the Oilers. Talk about going swinging the other direction. Yes, the Vancouver season, much like Calgary, has been over for a long time. But they're playing for something. They're playing for home ice opportunity in the first round of the playoffs. So they get a point. They will get home ice opening round of the playoffs. Canucks suck. They're done. They're trying to get the best lottery pick. So if there was ever going to be a tankathon situation, it would be the Vancouver Canucks tonight. They have literally nothing to play for. So I'm not going to mess around with the regulation spot. I expect Edmonton to be full court press. Show us what you got. Draisaitl will be gone. Don't make a difference. Watch these boys go out there and fire them on the puck line. Empty goal. Pop one home. Home ice. Home team. Why not? That's the way I want to get paid in that spot there for you guys. And then the last game is the Kraken and the Avalanche. Now, look, there's a 25-0 trend in place for the Colorado Avalanche. This line has come down by half. 95% of the bets, 90% of the cash are on the Colorado Avalanche. The line went down from minus 333 to minus 178. I have no play in this game. If anything, I would parlay the Avalanche with the Edmonton Oilers. What do you want to do? I mean, the thing for Colorado, I told you guys about their coach, right? He's not a healthy scratch. I think he took some facial contusion. But right now, I think Colorado's still trying to figure out who's going to be their starting goaltender for the playoffs. And Wedgwood's been playing pretty fucking good. 30 of 31, 2-1 shootout win against the Edmonton Oilers. So he is in playoff shape. And if you look at the overlay, 2.07 goals against on the year. Not terrible. They called him the wedge wall when he was down there in Dallas. He's got a 1.22 goals against average his last 7 games. That's 5-1-1. And Seattle's on the second leg of a back-to-back. So they're also going to start Victor Ostman. I don't know anything about this guy. I believe he's making his debut. But I can't imagine anything but Colorado boot to ass. Maybe you want to get frisky. Edmonton puck line with the Colorado Avalanche puck line and parlay that shit. I think. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's the NHL. No. Phil the Kill. No, that was Tampa Bay Rays that were 15 years without a win. And that was one that everybody knew. Everybody knew about that trend. So once you start seeing like the books are populating it, they were just mind fucking everybody. No. It's a good point though. It's funny because I'll never forget the time that I was on our friend's show when I first got into this thing here on camera. And I was like, I think it was like 25-0 or 30-0 or something like that. And then it lost. And I came back the next day and the dude is like, this guy keeps giving 30-0 trends that are losing. I was like, well, I'm telling you what the trend is, fucko. It did happen to lose. That sucks. It is 30 straight wins. The Avalanche facing the unrested opponent in a favorite line between minus 150 and minus 350. Pretty straightforward. Colorado Avalanche. But this line has come way the fuck down. So, I don't know. Are they going to sit everybody? Oh, Phil, no, you got it. Jody Fuentes, what you think about the Suns? Here come the Suns. You know, come on. Just finish this fucking White Sox game. How about that? Can we get that? Can we get that in our back pocket? It looks like they've resumed the Kansas City Royals Tigers game. That's good. I haven't really spent too much time looking at the NBA as far as these playing games. I did give you guys some of that sharp betting or the sharp perspective betting because they've been firing away on these future matchups here. And look, the Suns cover a lot of spreads. Aren't they the best? I think they're the best ATS team. I just think there's something about they're 25-16 at home. Just a little impromptu look at this game here. But, you know, Golden State snuck it in there yesterday against the Clippers with the outright. Dare I say they have a little momentum? I mean, minus 3.5. That's the same spot the Suns were in the other day and they didn't cover. Matter of fact, they lost outright. That was to the Lakers. Remember? 101-73 finish. And then they got nuked by the OKC Thunder. So they finished on the road. I mean, they get the benefit of the home court, but the spot I did take, and I'll share it with you guys again, is the LA Lakers to win that first round. It was plus 650. It's not there anymore. It's like plus 400 when I looked yesterday. So I still like it. I still think it's a good value. Fuck. Now Detroit puts a runner on third base. Son of bitch. Baltimore Orioles, Cleveland Guardians. This game to me feels like overs. I talked to you guys about this on the baseball show earlier today. There we go. There's a winner. Tampa Bay under 8.5. Two of the hardest hitting teams in baseball. You know, unlike I was talking about, like the Tigers. Speaking of one of the lightest, one of the shittiest ISO teams right now. When they hit, they're not hitting the power. They're not getting guys on base. And yet here they are with 6 runs today. Make it make sense. But Baltimore and Guardians, both teams are smacking the ball. They're hitting it incredibly hard. They're getting plays in contact. The problem I have, last year I talked about the advantage Cleveland bullpen had. I kind of don't like that bullpen in current form this year. They've used some pieces. Just seems like they're struggling to kind of lock it down. I took the Guardians in the first 5. I like this game to go over. I thought about nerfy-yerfy action. I didn't pull the trigger. Maybe I'm a pussy. You know what? It's not that I'm a pussy. I'm pretty sure I'm not. There goes the Tigers scoring that 7th run. What I was looking at with that game particularly was, I took a nerfy on Detroit and it cashed. So I didn't want to go out there and with 3 games left, try to 4 spot. I kind of like the yerfy in all 3 of these games. Nothing official, but if you do like those 6-inning sweats or 6-out sweats, I think Baltimore Guardians puts a lot of runs on the board just by the sheer nature of the fact that, both these teams hit with power. They hit with power. They hit with discipline. And it wouldn't surprise me to see one of these pitchers get loose early. And I would think Messick, as good as well as Messick's been going here. I mean, look, the problem I have with Boz is Tampa said you suck. And Baltimore was like, we'll take him. So that's problematic to me. So I like Cleveland to come out here in the first 5. I think that overall, to me, it was just that looking at the pitching. I like Messick. I don't like the bullpen for the Cubs right now, or for the Guardians right now. And I think Boz, look, he doesn't have a quality start. He's gone 98 and 99 pitches his last 2 starts. So the arm's getting used up. How long does he go? I think he gives one up. And he gives it up early, and he probably gives it up in the first inning. And this is one of them quick early spots. But, listen, I think that you look at a team like the Guardians and you think these guys have the ability, just based on the pitching matchup alone, not to mention the players, the batters. Boz does have, technically, just to be fair, the types of pitches that Boz likes to throw don't play well to the Guardians' bats. But I don't care. I just think this guy's recycled dog meat. And, not to mention, got injuries in Baltimore. Mountcastle, O'Neill, Rooshman, Gunnar Henderson, Taylor Ward. I did take a Taylor Ward RBI. It was plus 225. I gave it out to the winnable subscribers earlier today, and I stand by it. I think this guy's, who else is going to hit? You got Gunnar, Taylor, and Pete Alonso, the polar bear. In a game where I think there's going to be runs, one of those three's got to pop it. I like the price tag for Taylor Ward to go out and figure it out. So there you go. I'm looking at the first 5 only in this game. I told you guys I'd lean Nerfy. Look, 78% of the bets, 81% of the cash are on the Guardians. It's come down 2 cents, and it's correlated. So there is, books are saying, hey, if you like minus 132, you got to love minus 130. And it didn't oscillate. It went from plus 112 to plus 110 on the Orioles side of things. So for what it's worth, we move on to the Astros game here. 85% of the bets, 70% of the cash are on the Stro show. And I say no. I say this is a dog spot. I talked about this one earlier. I am giving it out. It is an official play for me. It has moved slightly against them here. It went down to 145. There is a world over the last 3 years where the dog to close out a series has been profitable. And I talked about this earlier today. To me, we'll have to test the theory. We'll have to see how this works over the grand scheme of things here. But to me, the Astros already exacted their revenge. They already got their pound of flesh. They were embarrassed in Colorado. They put up a shit ton of runs on top of that. They got shut down. They lost that series. It was immediate fire back, and they won the first 2 games of the series. So, do you give a shit about this game? I think not. Peter Grassi does like the Astros run line. Look, I'm not mad at anybody that wants to get involved in it. I'll tell you this. There's an edge to the road dog. It's a 46% winning rate here, but the interleague road dogs with a total of 8.5 or more kind of says anything can happen. 271 and 320 over the last 7 years. Big sample, 590 games. As much as it's a losing proposition, it's up 111 units because you're finding your spots to take your shots. And I think that's a good opportunity here today with the Colorado Rockies. Look, the dog on a 2-game losing streak over the last 3 years, 500. Dead nuts, not dead nuts, 196 and 195, right? That's the Colorado Rockies. They snuck out that win to close out the last series. And that's what I kind of think they do. They're feisty. They get overlooked in that last game. Nobody gives a shit because you're not going to see in August the Colorado Rockies battling for position and jockeying around the standings. It's just not in the cards. So she squealed, says, man, MLB is so fucking volatile. It is, dude. Love it and hate it. That's what makes it great, but it also fills me with hate. The Mariners and Padres, the last game I got for you guys here. I know our guy positioned the buy hat earlier today, and I never like to get in front of a play that my friend is so confident on here. 52% of the bets and 64% of the cash have come in on the Padres. It has gone from minus 111 to plus 102. So despite that money coming in, they're juicing up the Mariners. I think they're playing head fake games. I think they're looking at that and they're basically exacting. They're equating it to the same thing that we just talked about. The Mariners are on a 7-game losing streak. There's no way they lose this game of the series. They lost the first one 4-1. They lost yesterday 7-6. Well, here's the problem. Put your trends and your metrics aside for a minute, okay? You got a real issue. You stuffed your closer in and you fucked up yesterday, Mariners, with that huge lead. You got guys feeling motivated, feeling like they got momentum. Tatis, Jackson Merrill's starting to come around. You got Bogarts. Shit, I even like Camposano tonight as the catcher to go out there and make some noise. But more than that, after you fucked up with your close, he's not playing tonight. He's out. He's the best closer they got for the Mariners. You also used up a lot of bullpen pieces. And I think the Padres, I said this the other day, I couldn't understand. If you recall, I said, I can't understand why ESPN's got the Padres ranked in the top 5 from a power rankings perspective. And here they go. They rip off a fucking, 6-game winning streak right now? I'm not getting in the way of the Padres. I'll take a plus 102 and I won't ask any questions about it. So that's the way I want to get after it on the baseball side of things, you guys. Real short show, firing down the line. Peter says the Yankees got smoked by Trout this series. Unbelievable, isn't it? How about an overrated team early in the season? It's only going to keep us in a nice position from a price tag when we start betting on the Yankees. She squeals is right. Phil the Kill. Yes, it is. Phil the Kill says, if I had a shit list like Mikey sometimes does, I'm putting the Seattle on it for last night alone. I still have a shit list. But it rotates at all time. Remember last year, the Mets? It was the Mets and the Clippers. And as soon as I put them on the shit list, it was like they heard me. They were watching the show because both those teams immediately turned it around as soon as they went on the old pre-gaming shit list out there. We might bring it back. Maybe I'll work my own power ratings. Maybe I'll work my top 5, bottom 5. Maybe I'll do that. And we'll just keep fluid. We'll keep it fluid. We'll fire it around. We'll cut it up. We'll dice it up as things go on here. But that's all I got for you guys. You want to talk some sharp, respected, better? Peter says Yankees pitchers are hanging too many mistakes over the plate. It's now an ugly look. Will they ever fire Boone? Phil says when you get more MLB daddies expecting the shit list back. Okay. That's a deal. Phil. We'll have power rankings. We'll do top 5, bottom 5, and we'll put a shit list together because it was fun. I remember one time when my boy Dabby was like, "Is that a pile of poop on your screen?" That's the shit list, dude. Got to be original. Try to be creative. Let's talk about the sharp, respected betting real quick, you guys. Gosh, I'm just looking at my live bets here. All right. Baseball wise, today they fired on the Giants. They cashed. They took the under 8.5 in the Texas Athletics game. Time will tell. They had the Nationals at plus 140. What a fuck job from the first 5 on the Nationals. Side note. And the under was a shit show. Reverse line movement spot for the Rockies. 33-18 is a 64% win rate. Tampa Bay White Sox under 8.5. Cash. Cincinnati, San Francisco under 8. Cash. So the baseball side of things, the open plays, the pending plays, really just the Rockies, right? And the under 8.5. If you want to get squirrely and bet the under 8.5 in this game again, what's it at? It's 9.5 now. I wouldn't take 9.5. I'd take 8.5. But I like the Astros or the Athletics to come back and win. So I might throw a couple dollars on that. Let's see. All right. So that's it for, there's nothing for the NHL to report from a sharp respected betting. Now, last night they fired. What was the final score of that Kraken game? It's funny. Like once you're done, I could just give it a flying fuck. So Seattle 4-1 against Vegas. They had the over 6.5 in their reverse line movement spot. So they went 1-1 in the NHL. But NBA wise, you guys here, plenty to talk about for the NBA. They continue to be betting the Hawks plus 5.5, the Atlanta Hawks, the most sharp respected betting from a side perspective for the last 3 days. They like this Hawks spot. Let's see where the Hawks are at right now. No NBA till tomorrow, of course, as you guys know. Yeah, it's sitting around 5.5. It's kind of flirting back and forth out there. I guess the perception is the Knicks just won't be able to cover that big a spread. Sounds like the Knicks will be ready. They'll be lucky to win outright. She squealed. Jerry Davis's Vegas puck line in the under was nice. I was happy to cash the old puck line. All right, so they got the Hawks. Last night they were on the under in the Philly game. Did not get there. They like the over in that Knicks and Hawks game. They like the under in Denver and Minnesota. They like the over in Golden State. Oh, that was last night. My bad. No, the under cashed in Philly. The over cashed in the Clippers, right? The fuck am I doing? So they got the over. That sounds like a good. Right now, I think you got to look at the over in the Atlanta Knicks game, and you got to look at the under in Denver and Minnesota because their totals right now are running pretty hot. Also, there's a spot there for the Lakers in Houston under 207.5, though. I mean, that's look, 96% of the bets, 99% of the cash are on 207.5 over. It's not moving. That sounds like a parlay right there, doesn't it? You guys hearing me? We take the Nuggets game. What I say? We take the Nuggets game under. We take the Atlanta game over and the Houston game under. That's what I think we do. I think that's how we utilize that information, you guys. Short show. That's all I got. I was happy the internet seemed to be able to maintain its, but you can see with the blue light, look at as ultra blue as it does here today, that it is dark outside, man. It is poor. It was so nice earlier today too. Sunny, beautiful, sunny and 70. It was almost 80. But we got heavy rain, so I'm going to bunker down and see if we can't cash these bets, you guys. So I'm going to sweat out and see if I can get a little bit of a comeback. Don't call it a comeback from the Athletics. If they're going to do it, now's the time. If they're going to do it, now's the time, you guys. Jerry Davis says, Mikey, I've been getting screwed today on first 5 unders. Well, yeah, dude. Yeah. That 5th inning. It's kind of early in the season, I think, for those first 5 unders as I reflect on it, because the managers end up leaving those pitchers out there just a little too long. And it's like, this is the time where they want to play that game a little bit, because maybe you started the season where they got 80 pitches in them and, they want to get them to 90 or 95. So they leave them in there in that 5th inning to see if they can stretch them out a little bit. And then they puke up runs. Chicago Joe's been here for years. Appreciate you, Chicago Joe. My man, rocking with us from the Windy City. Let's go. Appreciate all you guys, man. That's it. That's all I got. Short show. Get you guys in, get you out, get you paid. And I'll be back to do it again tomorrow. We'll talk the NBA. I'll finalize some NBA selections for you. NHL will start on Saturday. I'll give you some look-ahead spots. Oh. Breaking news. Breaking news. I uploaded a new video clip for Saturday's UFC show. They do have some sharp respected betting information for the NHL today. Here we go. They like the Blues. I like the Blues. Let's go Blues. That is their side. Totals. They took the over in San Jose and Winnipeg. Wow. Ballsy. They took the over in Vancouver, Edmonton. They took the under in that St. Louis, San Jose game. I get that. And that's it. There you go. Doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. Something's not typed right, I think. San Jose game. Winnipeg game over. How about that? Winnipeg game over. St. Louis game under. Vancouver, Edmonton over. And the St. Louis Blues. Yesterday, 1-1. Do with that information what you guys will. Cody says, Mikey, any PFL looks? I don't yet. I don't. I was just kind of honed in a little bit here. There was somebody I did want to get involved with. It's just, you know what I hate about the PFL? I like the format. I took the Rice McKee under 2.5 already. Well, that's tonight, huh? I didn't realize that was tonight. I guess I better dial in, Cody. But I did take the under in the McKee spot, under 2.5. Look, a minus 1,800 favorite. Puke. Sheridan Mixon. I just don't know enough about these guys here. They're monster favorites. Probably Duvledzian. No way I said that right. Probably this guy to win by decision as well seems to be the play. The over 1.5 is super juiced. and he's a big favorite. So anytime I see those big favorites early in the fight card, I like to get involved in those guys to be decision winners out there. So that's it. That's all I got. Good luck with everybody's action. Taylor Fade, leave a comment. Tell me what you're going to do to get paid tonight, you guys. And I'll be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. We got a 15-game MLB card. My guy Shark and I will pop off with bases loaded, and then I'll be back here at 5 p.m. We'll talk the NBA. We'll lock in some more baseball. We'll lock in some hockey plays. We'll talk some UFC too. What the hell?